Today we are zeroing in on a topic that holds immense value in the SaaS business, crafting a SaaS website homepage that not only captivates but converts. Your homepage is often the first impression potential customers have of your business, and we all know how crucial the first impression is. In this session, we will dissect the anatomy of a successful SaaS homepage, breaking it down into several critical components: layout and style, the hero section, navigation, conversion elements, and all other vital sections. Let's embark on this journey to create a SaaS homepage that truly stands out and converts. But before we delve deeper, I have something special for you. To make the most of this session, I encourage you to download the homepage audit checklist that I prepared for you. This checklist will serve as a valuable companion as we explore each element in detail throughout this video. It contains specific points and examples that we will discuss, allowing you to audit your homepage in real time as we go along. So click on the link in the description to grab your checklist. Having this checklist at hand will not only give you a structured approach to evaluating your homepage, but also provide context to our discussion, making it more interactive and enriching experience. So grab that checklist and settle as we embark on a journey to transform your SaaS homepage into a powerful tool that resonates with your audience and drives conversions. Remember, this session is crafted to offer actionable insights that cater to various professionals in the industry, from business owners to UI designers and marketing enthusiasts. Ready to elevate your homepage game? Let's dive in.
Hi, in this first item, we'll be looking at images. So I personally feel there's a lot of improvement which can happen, especially if you have a website which doesn't have real images. I'm going to show you an example from this website called boxuk.com. As you can see here, the hero image looks obviously like a typical stock image for a software company. And then there are some more stock images for digital transformation, e-commerce development, bespoke software consultancy, and so on. So I think there's an opportunity here. As you can see, there are no real images. There's obviously a blend of stock images here. It's not too stocky, but at the same time, it doesn't convey the personality of the brand. Although there is a video which is actually embedded here, which actually looks pretty cool. But unfortunately, it's further down on the page, and that's the only real side of their website. So if you compare this to another website called Anderson Lab, and in here there's like a floating video section and the hero section, and then we have some more imagery for the blog. But again, there is a few imagery from their blog, I think, from their video interviews, but that's pretty much it. And then there's some more images from their events. So they've done a slightly better job, but I think they could be, there's so much more improvement. Let's have a look at this one called Accelerance. There's a video in the background in the hero section, then there's like an image, a collage of images from their network. And as you can see, there's a lot of real people in that image. And then we have some testimonial images. There's a person like a speaker who's also here. Then there's a testimonial again. And then there are some more imagery at the bottom of the page in the final CTA. So this to me looks more real, authentic, and also shows a good personality of the brand, that they're very open about themselves. I think that does draw attention and also brings the personality of your brand. Next up is value proposition. I really like the definition which WordStream has put together, which is a value proposition tells prospects why they should do business with you rather than your competitors, and makes the benefits of your products or services crystal clear from the outset. So in my opinion, I think a value proposition is something where you can decipher exactly what you do, but also in a way that it sounds different from the rest of their competitors. Otherwise, if you're saying something where other people can say the same thing, how are you really different? How is your service or product different than your competitors? So that's the whole kind of mindset you have to understand. So the examples which I put together here, they are good, and I think they've done some clever stuff in writing that copy, which elevates their brand and also explains the value proposition. So for example, in this case, they mention one place for all of your company's contracts, and then they also mention the features like manage, connect, and save time, but also the two components of a really good value proposition. One is, are you able to understand it? And the second thing is, do you actually trust it? So if you are looking for, let's say, a HR software or a CRM software or a contract management software, and if you stumble upon this homepage and you look at this hero section, and if I ask you, do you understand it? If your answer is yes, and then the next question is, do you trust it? And the way you can build that trust is basically showing some kind of icons or logos here. In this case, they're showing Capterra logos or other badges. But if you look at then the rest of the page, they will be building that, let's say, momentum in which they would be sharing more information. So if I go to their homepage again, so now here, as you can see, they are showing more statistics, and then they will be showing more information about who they are, and then also some of the features, success stories, and possibly testimonials. Yeah, there we go, testimonials. So then they're trying to show or build that trust. Like, can you actually trust the value proposition? So yeah, having a strong value proposition is really critical. I would suggest taking some time and understanding how to write one. It won't come in the first shot. You'll have to obviously spend more time and effort. Here are a few examples, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find more. But yeah, good luck. A hero section for a SaaS website needs to have a call to action. So typically, if you have a SaaS where people can sign up for a free trial, you offer like a trial button. But if you have a B2B enterprise solution, then you might be requesting people to book a demo or book a tour. So let's have a look at a few examples. So this one is from Timetastic. I like this example because it's really simple and clean, and they have the call to action button, or the give Timetastic a try, which is a nice spin on the words rather than just saying free trial or get a trial. They say give Timetastic a try, which is pretty cool. So if you click on it, it will then obviously take you to the sign up page. So that's very simple and very neat. The other one is from Contract Book. In this case, obviously it's an enterprise application, so you have to first sign up for a demo, or what they've done cleverly is have a secondary call to action. So if I click on book a demo, it basically scrolls to the footer of the page where there's obviously a long form which you have to fill in, but they are qualifying people based on this form. So I reckon people who will be filling out this form are looking for services like Contract Book. So in other scenario where they have a secondary call to action, the product walkthrough button actually redirects to another page which is called demo walkthrough, and it has exactly the same form. So it kind of is giving the visitor almost like a choice by booking a demo, which sounds like, okay, you are going to be in a demo, whereas product walkthrough means as if like there's a spin-off here again where people would feel maybe there's somebody hand holding you to the through the product walkthrough. So both the call to action do the same thing effectively. Then we have a third one from Bombora. This is a B2B enterprise tool again, and they have a very simple call to action which says request a demo. If you click on it, it then goes to a page where they have a similar form, and the call to action here is get a demo. So yeah, depending on like how expensive your ticket item is for your SaaS, you might want to try different approaches, but having a clear call to action, especially in the hero, is really important. Let's look at some more call to action button ideas. So first one is from a website called connectteam.com, where they offer start now, it's free as a first primary call to action, but as a secondary call to action button, there's a book a call button. And when you click on book a call, it takes you to another page where you can book a call with them, and they even mention what will we talk about in that call? So this is a really good future pacing concept where you exactly define what are the next steps. So let's have a look at another example. This is from a company called Maxio, where the primary call to action is explore the product. And when you click on it, it takes you further deeper into the product. And there's different call to action buttons, for example, view pricing, and then it takes you to the pricing page. The third example is my favorite from walnut.io. This one basically has a call to action which says get started, and it has a pop-up form which straight away can get you in. The other call to action is take a tour, and they have an interactive widget here which is actually built in walnut.io, so they're actually demoing their own product. And when you click on it, it actually shows you how you can use the product and guide people through your SaaS. So definitely worth checking out. And the final one is from secureframe.com, and this one is a typical sign-up form, but the sign-up form is limited to just email. So that way you can, if you want users to sign up, they can directly sign up here. And if I do a simple test, sorry, I'm going to obviously fill this out, but let's see if I can do test2.com, and if I click schedule demo, it then takes me to another page where I can, enter more details. So those are obviously bits of information which you can look and get some inspiration from, but they are some good examples here. In the navigation, there is one particular element which I find very, very interesting, and I think every SaaS business should have it. So this one is called, let's say, a page by persona or by industry or by use case. So for example, Unbounce has done a really good job where they have by industry and by use case. So think about your SaaS, how it can be used in obviously by a different vertical, but also in a different way or by different teams or by different, let's say, segments of people. Or ideally personas. And the good thing is once you create these pages, you will obviously have more SEO leverage, and you can get more content in there and obviously try your level best to rank for those pages. So Unbounce is a really good example. I put it in the Notion swipe file as well. You can have a look at Walnut as well. They've got customers and they have solutions. So within solutions, you have different teams like sales, marketing, pre-sales, and then for this particular example, Rippling, they have customers by industries, and then for Maxio, there's solutions, and within solutions, they have put together go-to-market, use cases, and then teams. So I particularly like the teams, let's say, slice or vertical, because then you can pick your team as a user, as a prospect, and then check that particular landing page. So I hope this makes sense. We've already talked about call to actions in the hero section, but this is more about having a call to action in the menu bar or in the nav at the top. So this, I think, is equally important because I feel if you have a page which is long, then you don't have to then have like a sticky footer. You can just use a sticky nav. So that way you have the call to action as well as other links, and users can navigate from that sticky nav. And I've seen that trend across different SaaS websites. For example, Rippling, which is one of my favorite websites, also is doing a sticky nav. Or sticky bar, and then Unbounce as well. They have a sticky nav with 2 call to actions: log in and start my free trial, which is pretty cool. But they also have another sticky footer as well. But for this particular element, I would suggest, definitely include a call to action which is very clear, and having that sticky would add more value because that way users will be able to access it whenever they're browsing the page. This is a very simple user experience trick which you can use in order to minimize showing the entire form. So for example, in this case, I'm looking at American Global Business Travel, and in here they have a form which basically just captures an email initially. So the moment I click on it, it then expands to a bigger form. So there could be a couple of reasons why you want to do that. One of the reasons is space. So you don't want to embed like an entire form in there. And second, you want to show the entire form only when somebody interacts, so that if they click on it, that means they would be then more willing to fill it out. In this case, American Express is showing the entire form straight away, but I've got another example from SysAid where you enter your email first, and then only it will then show you the rest of the form. So there are clever ways of like optimizing this, but these are two simple examples which you can use. Social proof is one of the simplest ways you can build up trust, in front of a visitor. I think on a homepage, you should definitely use social proof, just like showing testimonials. I have put together some really cool examples of how you can show different types of testimonials. For example, here, there's a simple one where you have the testimonial from the person, their name, and also their title, and also the name of the company. Whereas in this case, they have added some more things, for example, some more indicators, and have a look at these couple of examples, but there's one more example, in fact, two more examples which I want to share. The first one is from this company called stxnext.com. And what they've done here very cleverly is they've put together a list of testimonials, but they've first put them in a list of frequently asked questions. So there are frequently asked questions here, which they have put together. And instead of answering them just by themselves, they've also included client testimonials. So that kind of builds up social proof, but also in a different angle. And then there's another example from stackline.com where they have included a testimonial or the social proof in one of the feature boxes or benefit boxes on the homepage, which is, I think, again, a very cool idea. So have a look at these examples, see which one inspires you the most, and possibly include social proof on your homepage. In this section of your homepage, it's prudent to highlight the collaborations and partnerships you've fostered with well-known brands in the industry. This not only serves as a testament to the quality and reliability of your service, but also aligns your brand with industry leaders, enhancing your market credibility. Consider featuring logos of these brands prominently on your homepage, accompanied by brief testimonials or case studies that detail the successful outcomes of these collaborations. It's a visual and direct way to convey to potential clients that they are in good company when they choose your services. It's important to have a section where you list the key features of your product or service. This section should clearly articulate the unique functionalities and the benefits that your SaaS is offering or bringing to the table. It serves as a quick guide for potential clients to understand the value you provide. So in Notion, I have put together some examples of the ones which I liked. There's obviously different layouts which you can use to list different features. For example, here we have them listed in columns. Here there's like a grid, and then we have a tab section. So it's important to list the best features, and then if somebody clicks learn more, then they go to the dedicated kind of feature page or that landing page which explains the feature in more detail. But I think in order to obviously save time, I prefer having something like this where it's quite concise and it's easy to also use. Next, consider incorporating an us versus them or us versus others section. This segment should objectively highlight the strengths of your product in comparison to your competitors. It's a space where you can showcase your unique selling proposition and helping visitors to make an informed decision. So obviously you can have a comparison table, but I want to also show you a few examples where they have taken different angles when comparing themselves to their competitors. So first one is kitchen.co, where with a simple kind of graphic here, they show the difference between not using kitchen and using kitchen. The other one is Basecamp, where they are comparing against a list of tools, and the price is the main factor where they are comparing themselves. And another example is from Monzo, where there was an independent service quality survey and they scored highest in that survey. So they've shown the other competitors in that space and how they rank. So there's obviously different angles you can use, and I hope this sparks some imagination or creativity in your mind. Adding a section for case studies is also beneficial. Case studies serve as evidence of your product's efficacy, showcasing real-world examples of how your product has positively impacted other businesses. It builds up trust and provides prospects with a deeper insight into the practical applications of your product. I have put some examples here. The one example which I really like is the one from front.com. And in here, what they've done is they've actually implemented all the features or the different kind of verticals they serve, but they have also put the list of customers which are in that particular segment. And when you click read more, it then goes in more detail. There's obviously different examples of case studies in certain examples of other sections in this audit, which you can have a look. But yeah, I think it's very important to have case studies on the homepage. In the how it works section, aim to break down the process of how your service operates, possibly through a step-by-step guide or a visual representation. It serves to just demystify your product, allowing potential clients to grasp the user journey and the ease of integration into the existing system. So the goal here is to really eliminate any apprehensions and foster a sense of simplicity and efficiency. And it's not just about showcasing the features, but illustrating how those features translate to a seamless and productive user experience. In this kind of swipe file, I put together some examples where there's like a video where it explains the product in more detail. Here, there's a very simple illustration. Here in Walnut, they have like graphics which are marked down, and also there's a tab section where you can go through each of these different steps to understand the product a bit more. Showcasing various personas on the homepage. I think it's really very helpful to show clearly how different kinds of people or businesses can use and benefit from your product. In this part of your homepage, try to paint like a clear picture of the typical users of your service. This way you can connect more directly with these different groups of visitors, showing them exactly how your product fits into their world. By doing this, you show that you really understand the needs of your different customers, and you make it easier for them to see the value of your product in their own lives. So at the end, remember, like a homepage that speaks directly to a visitor is much more likely to turn them into a customer. In this swipe file, I put different examples of how you can list personas. They're broken down by, different styles as well, whether it's like a company size or a different industry. So please spend some time here and see these examples in action, and think of all the possible ways of how you can turn your website or your SaaS and appeal to your personas or to your target audience directly on the homepage. Now let's focus on the final part of your homepage, the pre-footer area. Here it's important to have a clear and direct message that ties in with the main action you want your visitors to take, which were highlighted in earlier sections of the page. In this area, make sure to keep things simple and focused. Your goal should be to guide your visitors to take the next step, whether they're signing up for a free trial, getting a demo, or taking another action that brings them closer to your service. So remember, this part of the page is your last chance to encourage visitors to engage with your brand. So make it count by clearly showing them the value of taking the next step. So I put some examples here which you are happy to look at, and I really like the kitchen one because they've done something very clever. So first of all, they have like this kicker text which says "Get started today." So that kind of shows that there's some sense of, let's say, urgency. But also the headline, "Change the way you work with clients forever. You'll thank us later." That kind of shows confidence that the product's ability to maybe change or revolutionize client management for agencies. And then the text "Get started" is free. It clearly indicates that agencies can try the service without any financial commitment, which is also a strong incentive. And finally, there's a text at the bottom which says "No credit card required, cancel anytime." That also is great for risk mitigation because then you don't have to choose put in your credit card. There could be obviously other ways to improve it, but I really like this example overall. So please do check them out.
Guys, as we conclude our session today, I hope you're armed with practical insights to enhance your SaaS homepage. If you haven't yet, grab the homepage audit checklist from the link in the description below. It's a great tool that will guide you in fine-tuning each section of your homepage to better connect with potential clients. Now it's time to apply what you have learned. Use the checklist as a guide to revamp your homepage, making it as strong asset as possible. I'm eager to hear about your progress. Share your experiences, questions, or success stories in the comment section below. Your contributions add value to our community. Before you leave, if you found any value in this video, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe for more content that aims to uplift your marketing strategies. Thank you for being here today. Until next time, keep growing and make a positive impact in the online space. Take care.